Ever wonder what the wealthiest people in the world spend their millions and billions on? Real estate, companies, machinery for transportation, and spaceflight? Well, in this video, we'll get the details of the 10 craziest things rich people splurge their cash on. So hit that like button, subscribe with the notification bell for future updates. This is Luxury by Design. Number 10. Prince Hans Adam II's fancy furniture, $36 million. In 2004, Prince Hans Adam II of the tiny nation that most have not heard of, called Liechtenstein, dropped $36 million on a piece of furniture that you surely won't find in IKEA nor your local antique shop. Dating to the 18th century, the Florentine ebony piece, known as the Babington Cabinet, is so expensive because it's adorned with precious stone like lapis lazuli, agate, and amethyst quartz. When the prince bought the chest, the purchase broke its own record. The Babington Cabinet was already the world's priciest piece of furniture after selling for $16.59 million in 1990. Prince Hans Adam II has resigned since 1989, and in 2003, a referendum was adopted called the Hans Adams Revision of the Constitution, which expanded his powers. And in 2004, Hans Adam II formally handed the power of making the day-to-day governmental decisions to his eldest son. With a wealth that reaches about $13 billion, Prince Hans Adam II is one of the world's richest heads of state and Europe's wealthiest monarch. So dropping $36 million on a bejeweled piece of furniture is pretty much just a drop in the bucket considering his massive fortune. Number 9. Jeff Bezos' newspaper, $250 million. The richest man in the world thought it was wise and valuable to attempt to control information during the information war that besets us during the age of information. So for $250 million, he purchased the acclaimed Washington Post, also known as the paper that took down a presidency. It was controlled locally by the Graham family for 80 years, until Jeff Bezos decided to control it and update it to be prominent with his internet-savvy leadership. In 2013, the billionaire Amazon founder bought one of the most influential publications, and the Wall Street Journal called this purchase an out-of-the-blue deal. 3 years after the deal, Bezos told Fortune that he did no due diligence and simply accepted the first number the seller proposed. So Bezos is so wealthy that he could drop $250 million on a business without doing proper due diligence. Number 8. Larry Ellison's Hawaiian Pineapple Island, $300 million. For the richest of the rich, even the grandest mansion simply won't do. For Oracle founder Larry Ellison, home is the Hawaiian island of Lanai, which he picked up in 2012 for a cool $300 million, according to CNBC. His tropical paradise includes 90,000 acres, 2 four-season resorts, and a town with a population of 3,200. Considering a stay in one of those resorts? You'll certainly vacation in luxury. It will cost you $21,000 a night, but it will virtually feel like you're on your own private island, as it has a population of only 3,000 people. That element of seclusion is actually what entices travelers. At only 140 square miles, it's virtually uninhabited and unspoiled. Plus, it used to be home to the largest pineapple plantation in the world, so its nickname is Pineapple Island. Number 7. Ken Griffin's pair of paintings, $500 million. With an estimated worth of $15 billion, Ken Griffin founded and runs Citadel, which is a Chicago-based hedge fund firm that manages roughly $34 billion in assets. His company is one of Wall Street's biggest market-making firms and is responsible for one of 5 stock trades in the U.S. alone. Aside from his major weight on Wall Street, Ken Griffin is a known art aficionado, but the jewel of his collection is a pair of abstract impressionist paintings he bought at the same time at an auction, one by William D. Kooning and the other by Jackson Pollock. In total, he gladly dropped $500 million on the purchase, which the Chicago Tribune called one of the biggest private art deals ever. Number 6. Prince Alwaleed bin Talal's Airbus A380 Flying Palace, $500 million. Prince Alwaleed bin Talal is one of the wealthiest people in the Arab world, thanks to thousands of extremely shrewd investments. The prince was able to turn a modest fortune into more than $20 billion, and Forbes places his net worth at about $18 billion. Prince Alwaleed bin Talal had already owned a $220 million Boeing 747-400, but in 2007, he went bigger and better by buying an A380 double-decker super jumbo jet for $319 million, and now it's one of the world's largest passenger aircraft. Then he ordered upgrades that ran a bill of $200 million. His upgrades include amenities like a concert hall with grand piano with seating for 10 and stage for private entertainment, a marble-tiled steel room with spa treatments, a well-being room complete with flat-screen TVs on the walls and floors that shows passengers what they're flying over, 5 master bedrooms with king-size beds and private bathrooms, 20 smaller private rooms, a private elevator that connects the master bedroom to the tarmac for quick entrances and exits, a boardroom with holographic monitors, and a prayer room with computer-monitored prayer mats that automatically adjust to face Mecca. It's the most expensive private plane in the world. Number 5. Clive Palmer's Titanic, $425 million to $567 million. Normally well-off people settle for luxury yachts, but for Australian businessman and politician Clive Palmer, he decided to go above and beyond by creating a replica of the Titanic called the Titanic II. He couldn't resurrect the Titanic, of course, because it's been a relic of the ocean bottom floor since 1912. The Titanic II, which was due to make its first voyage in 2016, was planned as a detailed replica of the original vessel, with impeccably recreated interiors and hull form, albeit slightly larger than the original and incorporating modern safety technologies and standards, including, of course, more than enough lifeboats and rafts to evacuate all passengers and crew in case history should repeat itself. Number 4. Carlos Slim's Museum in Mexico, $800 million. For an art collector, the most obvious path to keep all your collections safe and sound would be to purchase your own museum. And that's exactly what Carlos Slim has done. With a net worth of $71.4 billion, telecom tycoon Carlos Slim is Mexico's richest man. And in 2011, he was the richest man in the world. He reportedly opened the Museo Sumaya for a super surprising $800 million. It's a 6-story metallic and windowless art museum built for safeguarding his masterpieces and showcasing his legendary collection. In total, Slim owns more than 6,500 pieces, including some of Europe and Mexico's most priceless works of art. So if you're an art lover, you'll surely want to add the Museo Soyomaya to your list of places to travel. Number 3. Mukesh Ambani's home, $1 billion. For our third entry, we have a man that has more wealth than several small countries combined. Mukesh Ambani inherited and controls an oil empire that has earned him an estimated net worth of $82 billion. The Indian businessman used $2 billion of that fortune to build the most expensive home in the world. According to Forbes, Ambani's residence is a 27-story, 400,000 square foot skyscraper that boasts 3 helicopter pads and 6 underground parking levels. It's called the Antilia and was designed for inspirations of the mythical island of Atlantis. Its amenities reportedly include a ballroom, a 50-seat theater, and 9 elevators in the lobby alone. About 600 staff members are required to maintain Ambani's mega mansion. And even though it has 27 floors, each floor is the equivalent to 2 floors in a normal building. Plus, this skyscraper can withstand firmly an earthquake that registers 8.0 on the Richter scale. Number 2. Roman Abramovich's super yacht, $1.2 billion. Among the world's elites, we have billionaire Russian oligarch Roman Abramovich, mostly well known as the owner of the legendary Chelsea Football Club. Among his toys are a Boeing 767, an ice boat, and the grandest possession of them all is his claim to the world's largest and most expensive yacht, the Eclipse. Launched in 2010, the Eclipse boasts 6,000 square feet of living space across 11 staterooms and suites. If you miss her when she leaves the port, don't worry. You can park your chopper on her 3 helicopter landing pads. Need to abandon ship quickly? No sweat. The boat's 3-person submarine can dive to 160 feet. It has some military equipment installed, like bulletproof windows, anti-spy hardware, and even anti-missile systems. Number 1. The Sultan of Bruneis card collection, $5 billion. No doubt, it's gotta be heaven on earth to be a sultan. And here's a quick glimpse of evidence. Simply take a long good look at the collection of cars owned by the Sultan of Brunei, who rules a country smaller than the state of Delaware. His legendary fleet contains around 7,000 of the world's rarest, finest, best performing, and most expensive cars, and top speed values an ultimate car collection at $5 billion at the very least. Among the finest of his adored vehicles are 21 Lamborghinis, 452 Ferraris, and 604 Rolls-Royces, including the Star of India, a $14 million Rolls-Royce convertible, the distinction of being the world's most expensive car. And there you have the 10 wildly most expensive items that people spend their money on. Which of these are your favorites? We'd love to know your opinion, so leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Then be sure to spread some love by giving us a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and share this video with your friends. Until next time.